Hey there, folks. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to dive into the world of economics and discuss how the recent economic growth and inflation trends are impacting long-term investors. So, you might have heard that economic growth has improved, driving unemployment down and increasing inflation. This has prompted the Federal Reserve to raise short-term rates. But what does this mean for you as a long-term investor? Well, let's break it down. The Federal Reserve, also known as the Fed, is the central bank of the United States. Its members meet 8 times a year to help keep the U.S. economy running smoothly. The Fed often changes interest rates to either spur economic growth or slow the economy down. If unemployment is low and inflation is expected to rise above the Fed's long-term objective of 2%, the Fed may decide to increase rates to prevent higher inflation and keep the economy from overheating. On the other hand, if unemployment is high or inflation is too low, the Fed may decide to cut interest rates to stimulate stronger economic growth. Now, in 2017, the environment was a bit different. We expected the Fed to continue a slow, patient pace of short-term rate increases not because the economy was overheating, but to get rates back to more normal levels. Some investors believe the Fed controls all interest rates, but it's easy to be confused about which rates we're talking about. The Fed sets a target range for the short-term lending rate, known as the federal funds rate. However, it typically only influences long-term interest rates indirectly. For most investors, longer-term interest rates are more important than the short-term federal funds rate. Factors such as the outlook for economic growth and inflation, supply and demand for credit, market sentiment, and other factors beyond the Fed's control impact long-term rates. Recently, the Fed has been in the news because it plans to reduce its holdings of longer-term government bonds. This will be a gradual process, and while it could increase long-term rates, it could be partially offset by other factors. Remember, while the Fed's actions can disrupt the market in the short term, your important financial goals likely have not changed. Instead of trying to predict what the Fed will do next, ensure your portfolio is properly allocated and prepared for any additional rate increases. For more details to reach your financial goals, schedule a time in my bio. My name is Michael Pagasu. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more informative content. Until next time, stay financially savvy.